Clones ate, rested, and fought together. It was only natural that some of the strongest bonds of friendship in the Star Wars universe were between clones. In this video, we'll be highlighting 3 of the strongest clone bonds that were shattered due to a difference in belief or even just plain bad luck. From the time they met in Alpha 17's special training program, Rex and Cody developed a unique bond of friendship that lasted nearly the whole Clone Wars. They were often paired on assignments together, fought in devastating battles together, and were willing to die together. The 501st and 212th complemented each other due to their unique sets of leadership. Rex always led his troops from the front and spearheaded through many fronts with his brazen Jedi general and troops. Cody, on the other hand, like Obi-Wan, was more of a strategist and wouldn't go gung-ho straight away. The reason I class this friendship as fairly tragic is because of the way the Clone Wars ended. When Rex found out about the inhibitor chips, he took them out and tried to convince other clones he trusted to do the same. It would be assumed that one of the clones he would have tried to tell would have been Cody. Cody, being the more stubborn of the two, would have refused to believe it until the time actually came. After Rex faked his and Ahsoka's death on the battlefield, they escaped and Rex went on to live on an AT-AT with Wolf and Gregor. Cody, on the other hand, went on to serve the Empire. However, he later came to miss his brotherhood bond with Rex and the other clones when he found the new Imperial troops he was training to be weak and undisciplined. Although this friendship, compared to the others on the list, wasn't as tragic, it still goes to show that one of the strongest friendships in the Clone Wars was shattered by 2 different views on the war. Commander Gray and Captain Styles served under the Jedi General Deepa Billaba and Caleb Dume. Leading the same battalion, Gray and Styles naturally developed a strong bond not only with each other but also with their Jedi counterparts. They fought together in countless battles and lost many brothers in the process. They're one of the most tight-knit battalions of the Republic behind the 501st, and they weren't as brutal as many of the other Outer Rim legions were. This was all up until Chancellor Palpatine gave the order that would end up destroying the Jedi. The two followed the order, and after executing Billaba, they hunted down Caleb Dume, who had escaped thanks to some smugglers. After finally tracking down Dume, Gray and Styles were ready to execute him. Dume pleaded and said that Palpatine had betrayed them all. Neither of them would listen, and they were about to execute Dume up until he was able to narrowly escape using an airlock to get into another ship. After the encounter, however, something changed in Gray. He knew he could destroy the ship with ease, but he couldn't get Dume's words out of his head. He was racked with guilt and confronted Styles about it. Gray asked why they had followed Order 66 so blindly. Styles, thinking this was just lingering doubt, answered him half-heartedly, saying that the Jedi were all traitors and needed to be killed. Not realizing how guilty and conflicted Gray was feeling, this ended up pushing him over the limit and he couldn't live with himself. Gray then proceeded to destroy the ship's controls with his blaster, deactivating the shields, allowing Dume to destroy the ship he, Styles, and all his men were in. The Domino Squad arc was one of the most well-known stories that graced Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We follow a 5-man dysfunctional team that struggles to even get past basic training and in the process meeting a deformed janitor clone nicknamed 99. The Domino Squad do eventually get past training in an ingenious way, leading them to finally graduate. However, tragedy ensues on the Rishi Moon outpost where the Separatists attack the undermanned base and 2 members of the Domino Squad, Cut Up and Droidbait, are killed in 2 separate incidents. As the episode progresses, Heavy, another member of the Domino Squad, realizes what he has to do to save Kamino, and blows up the outpost with himself in it, in turn saving the Republic from a surprise attack. The Republic was now aware of the impending attack and prepared to defend with all they had. 99 helped to resupply ammunition and supplies throughout the fight until he was unfortunately shot and killed whilst running back to get more. After this series of events, there were only 2 members left standing, Echo and Fives. Echo was later assumed killed in action while taking part in a very dangerous mission on a heavily fortified Separatist prison, although it is believed he is still alive. Fives, on the other hand, almost single-handedly saved the Republic until he was unfortunately shot and killed by Commander Fox. Many people now see the true irony of the name Domino Squad, as they died one after the other, leaving Echo to be the sole survivor, yet still missing in action.